showing you about Express Inc. stock, and you can just type in Google and search enter. You'll get this stock, and if I buy right now, it's 2.47 US dollars for one stock, and the market cap is in millions, which means it's a medium-sized firm, and there's no dividend yield. Companies that pay dividend yield, that means they're financially strong, because dividend is extra money. After paying their costs, liabilities, loans, creditors, they still have extra money left that they pay as dividend to shareholders. If the company is not paying dividend, that means maybe they're not financially strong, or maybe they have extra money but they choose to invest in their own business to expand rather than paying to shareholders. So this is a very important factor to look at. And it was founded in 1980. You can also go to Wikipedia and look at this box, and you can see it's founded in 1980. And what I'll do is I just want to know what the employees think about this firm. I'll copy this exactly from Google and paste it here and type in Indeed reviews, and I'll just click here, and I can see we have 1700 reviews and 3.7 stars, and which is very good. It's above average, and you can just read through the pros and cons yourself. Now I want to read the reviews in Glassdoor as well, and I want to see what the employees think about it. I can see we have 2,500 reviews, 2,500 reviews, and it's 3.3 stars, above average. You can read through the pros and cons yourself, and it's a lot. It tells me a lot about the firm. You can see the jobs, the salaries, the interviews, the benefits the company's paying, the photos, inside pictures, and stuff. You'll know a lot about the firm, and how is it like working there. Now you go to just your patents and see if it has any patents. So I'll just go here, I'll paste it in the search bar, and I'll click search, and I just want to see that I just want to make sure that the patent I'm looking for is exactly the same name. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this and I'll search it, and I can see this thing is different than the one I'm looking at, so I'll just cross it down. So that's a different firm altogether, so I'll ignore that. Now I'll just skip that, sorry. I'll copy this and search in the Google, and I can see that's a different whole different company, so I'm not looking at this as well. So that's a different story, that's a different one. So I'm looking at Express Inc. only, so let's have a look. That's totally different. No, I don't think it has. It has a big list. Actually, you have to go through the big list yourself and make sure that the applicant or assignee is matching the company that we are looking at. The name should be exactly the same. That's very important. And secondly, I just want to show you that you don't look at the inventor, because these are people who invented but they don't have full rights. Look at the applicant or assignee, because these are people who have full rights of the patent. So I can't see any patent right now, but there's a big list. You just go through yourself. It's a big list, and so you can do it yourself. And if it has patents, that means that the company is strong. That means that the company is very strong, and so the more patents it has, the more stronger it is. But I've gone through 2 pages. I can't see any patent right now, but you have to go through all the pages, so it's up to you to do that. Now I want to go to Yahoo Finance, and I want to see if they have any key executives. I'll search there, and I'll click here, and Express Inc. And I can't see any. It's EXPR. I'll search by the symbol. That's the one. Okay, I'll click this one, and let's have a look. So I can go to profile. I'll go to sector is this one. This is apparel store, the employees, and I can see we have 5 key executives, but you can see one of their salaries is not applicable. It's not shown. So it says it's not applicable. You need to find out why it's not applicable, because the more information we have, the more trust we are able to build, and the more better it is, because we have more information. Now I want to go to macro trend, and I want to see the ratios. Click on price ratio and then price book ratio, and paste in the symbol. That's the one. And I'll explain you briefly. If the price book ratio is less than 1, that means the stock is very cheap, is undervalued, and it's a sale. You must buy it because it's very cheap. It's a discount if it's less than 1. If it's 1, that means that the stock is of its real price, and it's brilliant because at least you're not buying it expensive. You're getting it for the real price. If it's more than 1, that means stock is expensive. The higher the number goes, the more expensive it gets. Right now, it's zero point 0.2 now. That means it's less than 1, the price book ratio, so it means stock is at discount. You're getting a cheap stock, so which is brilliant. It's good time to buy right now. Now let's see previously as well. It's less than 1, but here it's more than 1. So in 2018, it's more than 1, so it's a little bit more expensive. If you just go literally up, you can see people who bought in 2018 September, they paid $8.81 to buy something that was only $8.62. But if you see that in 2019 April, somebody bought that time, they paid $3.68 to buy something that was $8.42. So they got it like more than half price. So nearly like 56% discount, which is brilliant. And right now it's at a discount as well. So it was most expensive since we have the data 2010. It was most expensive in 2010 July, when it was 14 times more expensive to buy the stock. And people who bought that time, they paid $16 to buy something that was only $1 worth. So it was very expensive. But right now it's it's a discount, and if this stock is good, you must buy it right now. Let's go to other ratios, and I want to go to current ratio. If the current ratio is less than 1, that means stock is risky. If the current ratio is 1.5 or more than that, that means stock is very safe. Right now the stock is risky because it's less than 1. That means that if you just see vertically up, liabilities are more than assets, and that's not a good sign. It means stock is risky. Let's go back, and yes, it's more than 1.5. It's a safe stock in 2019 January. And let's go previously and see, has it ever been below 1.5? Yes, it has been in 2016 for a while, and then it's fluctuating. So it's fluctuating up and down, but it is like more than 1.5 as well. But if I see it from 2017 consistently, it has been above 1.5, which means it's a safe stock. But just recently, it's in April 2019, recently it's below 1, which means it's a dangerous stock right now. So it's up to you to decide. Let's go to debt to equity. I'm looking for 0.5 or less than that for it to be good. This ratio will tell me if the company is mainly operating on debt or equity. Right now, it's a lot more than 0.5, which means that the stock is very risky. And if you just notice that equity is a lot less than long-term debt, there's a lot of long-term debt compared to equity. So it's very dangerous because the company is mainly operating on debt than equity, which is not a good sign. Let's see previously. Yes, so I can see that there are fluctuations. I can see in 2010 it's a lot more than 0.5. It's very dangerous. Then I can see in 2010 again it's a lot more than 0.5. Consistently it's more than 0.5, but just in 2013 April until 2015 it's less than 0.5, which is good. But then again it's more than 0.5 recently. So they have taken again long-term debt, which is a lot more than equity. So it's very dangerous right now. Let's go to return equity. I'm looking for 8% or more than that for it to be brilliant. Let's have a look. We don't have any data for return on equity. You can see we have no data to see. No, we do actually, sorry. Right now it's a minus, so there's no return. It's a minus equity, which is not very good. And then previously, if I just see, it's very little, it's a lot little than 8%, which is it's ideally good. So I can see that since 2010 up till I can see up till 2017 January, it's more than 8% consistently, more than 8%, which is brilliant, which is what I'm looking for. But since 2017 April up till now, it's a lot less than 8%, which is not ideal. And recently it's a minus equity, which is very bad. So it's up to you to decide.